Hello, let's do the New York Times Hard Sudoku for August 6, 2025. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself, and I'm going to get started right now. Alrighty, we're just going to go box by box today. This 6 does not seem to do much. Not at all. Okay, so let's move on. We have 5, 7, 9 here. So the 9s look over. We have a 9 in one of these 3. And the 7s look over, with this 7 helping, putting a 7 in one of these 2 cells. 5, 7, 9. So the 5, vertically, okay, let's look vertically. We have a 5 in one of these 2. The 7 looks into this box. These are all not 7. The 7 looks in, putting a 7 in one of these 2, which is going to point down with this 7, putting a 7 in one of these 3. So basically what we learned is this cell's not a 7. Not huge, but might help in the future if we remember our corner marks there. 5, 7, 9. So the 2 9s look down. This is nice. So what we've made here is a hidden 5, 9 pair. I've overlapped my 2 corner marks, telling me that one of these is a 5 and the other is a 9. Well, if one's a 5 and the other's a 9, then there's no room for anything else. So that eliminated some digits. And the best way to follow up on that is to think about what digits were eliminated. So I can already see that we eliminated the 3. And I guess there already couldn't be 4, but I'm seeing this 3, 4 looking in, is basically what I'm trying to say. And so we could corner mark the 3, 4 like this, but actually, what we found is another hidden pair. One of these has to be 3, the other has to be 4, so that we can finish the box. And so that means these can't be 7, placing the 7 in the box. And then this is our final digit, the 8. Very nice. So I just got some digits, 7, 8. The 8 looks up into here, putting an 8 in one of these 2. That points up, along with this 8, putting an 8 in one of these 3. In fact, we don't even need to corner mark, because this is just a triple. 3 digits left for the column. We need a 2, 6, and 8. And this can't be 2 or 6, so that's our 8. All right, and now this is a triple. So we need a 1. 1 is, okay, let me think about them first. We need a 1, 3, 4. So the 4 looking up places the 4, and then this is a 1, 3 pair. Okay, so we have a 5, 9 pair and a 1, 3 pair, making this also a pair with the 8. So besides the 8, we need, looks like a 5. No, not 5. Sorry. 6. And this 6 tells us the order. That's 8 and that's 6. Now there's a triple here. So we've got 1, we need a 2, 3, and 7. That's not 3, that's not 7. Okay, this stack is essentially done because what we can see is that we have only vertical pairs and triples left, and they're all confined within their boxes. So we can't do more with this stack other than have stuff look in and complete it. So let's come back up here. We placed the 4 and the 8, and we'll scan these later because I haven't actually got to those bands yet. So we'll do more follow-ups later. But I got the 4 and the 8, and let's move on to this box first, and then we'll look for low-hanging fruit. Oh, okay, so there's a pretty obvious New York Times trick here. It's obvious if you know what to look for. So we've got, and if you want to learn more about geometry, including this New York Times trick, which is kind of the most basic form of geometry that appear in this puzzle. Well, I don't know if it's the most basic, but it's the most common. Anyway, I do have a video in the description that goes over geometry in great detail. But the basic concept here is we have 2, 7, and 9. And this column needs all of, it needs one of each digit. So it's going to need a 2, 7, and 9. Now, where can it go? Well, it can't repeat in this box. And the 1, 6, and 8 aren't any of them. So there's only 3 cells left in this column that can be 2, 7, 9. So they must be 2, 7, 9. Now, if we look, this cell can't be the 7 or 9, so it has to be the 2. That gives us the 3. And then this is a 7, 9, but the 7 gives us that this is a 9, this is a 7. That's 2 and 7, that's 5 and 9. And now the corollary to that is that this 1, 6, 8 look up into this box, telling us that this is a 1, 6, 8 hidden triple. And then these are just the 3 digits we haven't talked about yet. These are the 3, 4, 5. All right, it cleans up a little, but not too much. Okay, so I want to look at the 2, 7, 9 vertically. So we know that 2 is in one of these 2. The 7 is in one of these 2. And the 9 is already placed there, but 9 is in one of these 2. Okay. Let's look at low-hanging fruit, and then we'll move on to this band, which probably is going to complete itself, but we'll see. Just based on how many givens are there. We need a 1, 3, 4, 5. So neither of these can be 5. This can't be 5, so we have these 2 5s here. In fact, we can place the 5 in this box if we want to do that first. Gives us the 3, 4, and 5 there. We could have also placed the 5 by the row. That's 1 and 3. That's not a 1. This is a pair. Looks like it's a 1, 4 pair. These are 2, 6, 7, 8. Neither of these are 6. So these are 2, 7, and then only this one can be 8. All right. Let's move on to this band. I'm sure it's got a lot to give. We have 3, 5, 7 here. So the 3s look in. Putting a 3 in one of these two. The 5s, put a 5 in one of these two. The 7s are done. 5s vertically we already got. 3, 5, 7. Okay. And then obviously we have nothing to do with this box. Let's just do this one. We have the 2, 6, 7. So the 2 is in one of these two. Makes me want to look for 2 in this column. There's enough places. There's 3 places. All right. So 2, 6. 6 is in one of these two. And then the 7's done. All right, so what do I want to do here? This row is down to 4 digits, and we know these aren't 5 and these aren't 6, so they're all markable. So I'll mark the 5 and the 6, and what's the other 2 digits? We need a 1, and we need an 8. Okay, and that one's not 8. Okay, just paying attention to everything I just marked to make sure I'm not missing anything. This row is down to 4 digits as well. We know the 2 is over here and the 3 is over here. So what are the other 2 digits? I'm looking, I missed something. Yeah, the 4 and the 9. So 4 and 9. So that's not 9, that's not 4. 3, 9, 3, 4. And this row is down to 4 digits. Okay. We need a 1, 4, 8, 9. 1, 4, 8, 9. Unfortunately, I don't really see anything to do over here in terms of eliminations. This can't be 9, so we can put 1, 4, 8. And this one's not 4, so this is 1, 8, 9. In fact, I missed that the 4 is in one of these two, so we mark that. We got the 2, 4, 7, 9. Yeah, okay. I guess this band didn't quite finish, but we got quite a bit out of it. Let's do this last band here. So we have 3, 5, and 8. Oh, I missed these 3s looking up. Which actually places the 3 in this box. 3 in the corner, celebrating. The 5s look into here, puts a 5 up here. And then the 8s are done. Okay. And over here we've got the 1s looking over here. So where is 1 in this column? It can't be in these 2 cells. And it can't be up here because we have this 1, 4 pair. And this can't be 1. So the 1 ends up right there. These aren't 1s. So we get the 6 and the 8 here. That removes 8. 2, 7 pair is great. So first of all, that affects the row. Removes 2. So this is 6, this is 8. That makes this a 2. These can't be 8. This is a 9. 3, 4, 8. Okay, I think that might have been what we were missing. These aren't 8. This digit's known. It's a 4. It's 1 and 4. That's a 1. All right, up here, what's this pair? 1, 2... I need 8, 9. So this 8 looks up. 9 and 8. This is 2 or 7, not a 2. So that's 7, that's 2, that's 7. All right, that places 7, 5, and 2. It places 1 and 5, 6, and 1. Yeah, this puzzle's done. Just got to plonk the rest. How about over here? 1, 2, we need a 3 and a 6. That's 4 and 3. All right, we do need a 4. I'm going to avoid the 2 and 9 because I know that the 4 and the 6 are going to get placed. We need the 6. 6 is there. And then now these are 2, 9, and the 9 tells us the order. That's 2, that's 9, that's 9, that's 2, and we're done. All right. I mean, if you know your geometry and scan properly, this puzzle is pretty straightforward. It didn't really give up much of a fight, did it? Cool. Well, let me know how you did. If you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.